Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the 125 Roller Coaster Challenge. And this is our first ever fudge review video. Now, this has been a concept that we've been looking to do since Krystal Palace started doing her donut reviews. And we've actually dropped one or two of our fudge individual shorts. But here, this is going to be a full-fledged video here talking about all the different fudge flavors. And we got to kick it off at what I consider to be the best fudge in all the amusement parks I've been to, Dorney Park. Now, Dorney Park's in Allentown, Pennsylvania, and they always have different deals, and they always have fresh fudge in the back of the Good Time store, and that's where we want to basically go to get all the different fudge. Now, we are going to be reviewing 9 different flavors, okay? Now, they usually have a deal where you buy 3, you get 5, and then, my mom got some, I got an extra one there. And then we actually got some of the pre-packaged ones and stuff like that. So we have 9 different flavors that we're going to be reviewing today here. Now, what do I mean by review? Well, let's start us off real quick here. And the first thing we want to do is the review. We're going to be talking about different aspects. Now, the first thing that we're going to review, and all these are going to be from 1 to 10. It's going to be the uniqueness of the flavor and the texture of the fudge. So uniqueness of the flavors, we all know chocolate, vanilla, and all those kind there, but is there something different? And how unique is it? And texture-wise, it's kind of a combination there. Some of them, the fudge is supposed to be creamy and smooth. Well, sometimes you get a batch that just is gritty, and sometimes it crunches when it's not supposed to crunch. If it has nuts, crunch all away. But if not, you don't want that kind of fudge. The next thing is going to be the price. So in this case here, they actually come in individual packages, or it comes in blocks that you can buy there, and the price is determined on those. The better deal is not the individually wrapped ones, the prepackaged ones, but at Dorney Park, you want to go to the back of the Good Time store, and you can get candy apples, and they have all the different flavors, and you're going to see some really unique flavors here. So the price with this is either going to be a 7 or a 9. Did I get it individually, which was $8.99? Or did I actually get the deal there? The next one is going to be, of course, the most important thing, taste. Does the fudge taste good? That's basically what it comes down to. And we kind of have it broken down into 2 things. Does it taste like it's saying it's supposed to? If it's saying mint chocolate chip, does it taste like mint? Does it taste like chocolate? Is one overpowering the other? And the other one is, do you enjoy it? Do I enjoy it? Because that's what matters. And last but not least is, will we buy this again? That's what it all comes down to. Is this such a good product that I'll go back and buy it again? So we're going to start this off right now with our first flavor. And that flavor is, let's go over here. And let's go over here. And let's go here. No. Yep, here's the first flavor. The first flavor is mint chocolate swirl. Like I said, I'm working on this and we're doing this in one take here. Now, this happens to be one of the ones that we actually bought pre-packaged. Okay, so you can get it sometimes in the back, but this one came pre-packaged, which shows $8.99. So, and with that being said here, I have been enjoying this. But what I wanted to show you is right there, if you look, it's got the green mint and it's got the chocolate. All right, so you can see the presentation wise, it looks really nice there. So basically, for the uniqueness of the flavor, a lot of parks have mint chocolate chip. It might not be mint chocolate chip swirl like this one is, but most of the parks have the mint. So with that being said, it's only a 5 out of 5. And remember, this goes up to 10. The texture and the smoothness of it, that is actually a 5 out of 5 also, 5.0 actually, because it is smooth, but it does have a little bit of grit. And I think that has to do with the lime. All right, so that's there. Now, the price, like I said before, it's going to be 7.5 because we bought it individually wrapped. This is going to be standard throughout the entire thing. Now it comes to the taste. And you're going to notice on the board right there, it says that the taste is a 4. Now, why is that? Well, I mentioned it before. So this is chocolate and mint. Now, even though the chocolate seems to be the most dominant aspect of it, it is the exact opposite. This tastes like you are going out on a date and you spray that entire mint thing in your mouth. It is crazy how overpowering the mint is. And that's a big problem because when you want a mint, you kind of want a subtleness to it, but you want to taste the chocolate. And with this one, it was so overpowering that it did not play good at all. And then last but not least, would I buy it again? That's all the way down to a 3 because I just didn't like it. I know we're starting off negatively here, but I just did not like this mint chocolate chip. I don't know if I got a mint chocolate swirl. I don't know if I got a bad batch or I'm just not into that flavor because I love mint. I have mint chocolate chip ice cream is one of my favorite. But in this case here, the mint's overpowering. So it got right down the middle. Out of 50 possible points, it got 25. So that is our first flavor. So the next flavor we want to talk about is also another prepackaged one, and that is the orange cream fudge. All right, so this is this one. Now, this one's a little different because it has, if you notice, Talon on there, and Talon is one of the roller coasters. So usually you expect this to be orange and white, correct? Well, this one actually, if you look, has blue, purple, and a lot of other different flavors in the colors in there. So is that going to affect the taste? Is it just a marketing ploy? You know, we're gonna go over that right now. So basically, the uniqueness of the flavor, this would be a 6 because most parks have orange cream, but I gave it an 8 because of the tie-in with the Talon and the different colors and stuff like that. Now, texture, smoothness, and all that, this is way up there. This is so smooth that it's the way fudge is supposed to taste. This was just really fantastic. It felt great on your tongue. There was no grittiness, the opposite of the mint chocolate chip. It wasn't gritty at all. It was very good there. Now, the price, yet again, we got the individual wrapped. I did not see the Talon type inside there. So I think this was only a special pre-wrapped one there. So it was 7.5. Now let's talk about the taste. The taste on this is an 8 out of 10. All right, a simple 8 out of 10. This tastes exactly like it's supposed to taste. Now, I was worried, but the different flavors, were they going to add a little, I don't know, raspberry into it or lime or something like that? No, that was just food coloring to make it pretty because this tastes just like you were eating a creamsicle. It was fantastic. It was an 8. And would I buy it again? It's a solid 7. I'm somebody who likes the unique flavors, so I don't know if I would buy this if I only had 5. But because it was already bought for me, I'm going to enjoy it. It was really good. Like I said, this one actually came to a 39.5 out of 50. So that was basically a C plus, B minus. Very good. Really enjoyed that. So that was our second flavor. Our third flavor is raspberry cheesecake fudge. And this is the last of the pre-packages. So this is going to be the last 7.5 price. Yet again, it was $8.99. You do get a discount with your season pass. So you have a season pass, you do get some of that knocked off here. So this one here is, yet again, these are almost all gone because I had these for a little bit. But you notice you got a clear divide there. You got the raspberry on the top, the pink, and then you actually got the white cheesecake there. So you really want to kind of, if you just want a raspberry, you just cut off the top. If you just want cheesecake, cut off the bottom. There's a divide. Unlike the swirls, like with the chocolate chip, the mint chocolate swirl, and even with the orange cream that was mixed together. This one, you literally could cut it apart there. But uniqueness of the flavor, it's up there pretty high. You see some cheesecake ones. I don't see them at a lot of other parks, but the cheesecake is one thing, but the raspberry was definitely a unique flavor. I see a lot of cherry cheesecake, but I'd hardly ever see raspberry. So that's why it's an 8.5. The texture and the smoothness there, so it's right in between. It's an 8.5 again, right? It's an 8.5 again, but it's not a 9 because the cheesecake has a little bit of grit to it there, but it's not obscene like it was with the mint chocolate swirl. That one, you taste it like you could bite into it and taste and feel like the crystals. Here, the cheesecake had a little bit more texture to it than just a raspberry. Now, price again, 7.5. That's just the standard there. How did it taste? This one knocked my socks off. So the orange cream, I knew what orange cream was going to taste like, but here you really do taste the raspberry and the cheesecake. It just has that, there's an aftertaste of cheesecake that you have, and it's in there. And the raspberry, I think the cherry would be a little bit stronger. The raspberry just gives you a nice little hint of fruit flavor, which I was really, really pleased with there. And would I buy it again? Unlike the other two that were prepackaged, this one, if I saw it prepackaged, I would actually buy it again. It was such a good, I mean, you could tell it's almost gone. It was really good on that end there. So with that being said, the overall number there was 42.5 out of 50. So that's a solid B. This was a solid B, above average flavor. Really liked it a lot. So right there, that's the end of the prepackaged ones there. And you got those scores. So now we're going to go into the ones that we thought were individual. And we're starting off with the flavor. I got to admit here. So I'm going to pull it right here. This is called Life is a Beach. And if you look, you can see there's a star there. And then the second part looks like sand. And you got the water and the sand. And if you look here on the side, they actually got so creative with it that it actually has like it's not a straight across line there. It literally, like, it's almost like the slope of the ocean there. So that is Life is a Beach. Now, what flavor is Life is a Beach? Well, it's coconut, which was very shocking because you usually get coconut mixed with pineapple, but here it really is just coconut. And the neat thing about it is you taste the slivers of coconut. It has real coconut in it. So uniqueness of flavor, 10 out of 10. Seriously, that is some creativity that you just don't see at other parks, that they actually created this with the star. Now, I haven't eaten the star yet, so I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's a crunchy thing or not, but the star's on the top there. So texture and smoothness. Now, here is where it loses a few points. So I mentioned it has coconut. Well, you were sit there and you were chew that coconut. That coconut is prevalent big time because it's really coconut in there. So when you're in the sand and you're eating it, you will 5 minutes later still be chewing on coconut. So texture wise, I couldn't give it a 9 because fudge is supposed to be smooth, right? Well, when you have a slivers of coconut in there, it's not going to be smooth. So that becomes a 7. But the price, 9 out of 10 because I was able to get this on the 3 for $5. So you buy 3 and you get 5, but you can also get the discount. Being my discount is a little bit higher than most. The 3 of it cost me $27, right? So now if you're thinking, oh my God, 3 for $27, that's the same price as the other ones. You would be right, except for the fact that you get 2 free ones. 5 of them for $25. $27. That literally is $5.50, $6 a brick. And you can tell, let me give you a full one here. This is the size of a brick. These things are really big. All right. So with that being said, we're going to be talking about that flavor later. You are definitely getting a great price. That's why all these are going to be 9 out of 10 there. Now, taste like what it's supposed to taste like. I didn't know what to expect. I know when I bought it, they had a little sheet there that said what it was. I don't read stuff. All right. And I bought it the day I didn't bring my camera to Dorney Park. So I couldn't take a picture of it. So going into it, I didn't know what to expect. But if you like coconut, my God, this is the one for you. It is 100% coconut and it's not overpowering. It's not like you're drinking cocoa milk or something like that. It kind of tastes like a Mounds bar. So I know they probably mixed a little bit of chocolate in there and stuff like that because it really tastes, if you like Mounds chocolate bars, this is the one for you. And then would I buy it again? You know what? It's an 8 out of 10. I really would buy it again. It is such a unique flavor and such a great experience. So great creativity and the taste is good. It is definitely one I would buy again. This one also came in at 42.5. So it actually tied with the raspberry cheesecake, which, you know, they're 2 totally different flavors, 2 different kinds of fudge, and they're stronger than weaker on different ends. The one of them has a subtle taste with the cheesecake and all that, but this other one's coconut. That's how this goes. I'm putting in the numbers, and these are how the numbers work out. So that's Life is a Beach. So that was one of them that I got that day. The next one we want to talk about is Peach Cobbler. Now, this one here is right here, and this is Peach Cobbler. So this tastes like cake, but if you look, and I hope you can see, yeah, you see some chunks there. There is chunks of peach inside this fudge. So yet again, they are just like with the coconut, they're literally giving you legit pieces of peach in the fudge. And almost in every bite that I've gotten when I cut off a sliver, I'm getting fudge. I'm getting peach. So that was really good there. So uniqueness of the flavor, you could probably have peach fudge, but it's peach cobbler for a reason. You taste the pie crust. I don't know there's pie crust in there. I don't know what pie crust really is. I know it's breading and stuff like that, but here it does taste more pie-like than just a peach, peach sack of fudge, just peach. So with that being said, I'm going with 9. Texture and smoothness, it's not going to be very smooth. It's better than the coconut that you're like chewing for hours, but it can't be smooth if you have peach in it. So with that being said, it's not going to be the smoothest. It's an 8 out of 10 instead of, it's better than a 7 out of 10, but it's not a 9 or 10. All right. Price, yet again, straight 9. It comes with that deal. And then taste like the flavor. Does it taste good? This is probably one of my favorite tasting fudges that I got. This one is a solid 9 out of 10. I like peach. So total disclaimer there. I enjoy peach. So this is going to be pretty good. But all in all, it tastes like it's supposed to taste. It's got the cobbler aspect to it that I didn't expect. So all in all, this was definitely made the grade there. And would I buy it again? 8.5 out of 10. This one, I definitely would buy it again. It is one that I really did enjoy. And I can see me buying this almost every visit. So with that being said, this was a 43.5 out of 50. Now, don't remember these numbers. At the end, we're going to put them all together for you. So, but right now, if you are keeping score, this peach cobbler is the highest rated one so far. And the next one out of these 3, coming over here quick, is, boom, chocolate Scotch-A-Rama fudge. What the heck is that? Well, let me show you what this one looks like here. So this one's got the fudge aspect, the base. And then on the top here, they got this kind of topping crust there with chocolate and stuff like that. But what does Scotch-A-Rama mean, Well, when you taste it, it's butterscotch. So this one's got butterscotch flavor fudge here. So that's a great one there. So is it a unique flavor? Yeah. Not just the name with the Scotch-A-Rama. It's a unique flavor. I have not seen in my travels so far other parks that have butterscotch as one of their things. And I believe that the top layer complements the bottom layer. The bottom layer is fudge, so it's kind of vanilla-y, not quite the same as a peach cobbler. That has more texture to pie crust. This is vanilla on the top, and the top layer is the butterscotch and chocolate mixture there. So texture and smooth. It's got a little bit more grit than most. It's not butter smooth like the orange cream, but with the butterscotch there, I don't know how they did it, but it's not as smooth texture-wise there. So that's why it's 8.5. Yet again, price, 9. And then taste of flavors. It tastes like butterscotch. It tastes like your grandfather had one of his little butterscotch candies and gave it to you when you were a kid there. Now, the thing about it is, I like butterscotch, but I'm not sold on butterscotch. That butterscotch is not a flavor I personally go out to and seek out. So because of that, it's 8.0 instead of higher because of my personal preference there. And then would I buy it again? It's pretty much a C. I bought it because I didn't want just fruit flavors, and you're going to see what I mean about that in a few minutes. But because of the, I needed to have 6, I guess it was. I bought 5, and then my mom gave me one that we're going to be talking about maybe next. Yeah, actually next, because she's very plain with the chocolate vanilla. She doesn't like to get adventurous with the flavors. So she had bought 2 of the next one, and she's like, "You want it?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll use it as a rating. I'll try it out and add it on here and give us 9 flavors. 9 flavors, people. This is a great video. By the way, we're about halfway done. So if you're enjoying this video, let me know because it took me a while to figure out how I wanted to do this fudge concept, and it ended up being almost like a live feed, which is something a little bit different there. I wanted to throw the shorts in there too, so people get individual fudge ratings, but I thought we should have it all-encompassing. Hey, I went to Hershey Park and I bought 5 things of fudge. Here's my ratings. So let me know what you think about this concept. I'm really curious to see what you think. Is this something you like or you think it's stupid? I'll take the criticism either way. Now, back to the butterscotch there. Would I buy it again? Probably not. It's a 7 there. So where did this one come down? This one came at 41.5. So it's a little bit below the other ones that we recently done, but still not the bottom of the barrel like the chocolate chip mint. We've got 3 more flavors to go, people. And the next one here was the one that my mom got me. And this is vanilla caramel fudge. So basically, that's what this is. And it has nuts. So there's also nuts in there too. So you might see there's some pecans in there. So it's got nuts, it's got caramel, it's got vanilla. Yet again, I'm not a big nut person myself. I have teeth issues, so I try to stay away from it. But all in all, people do like it. So starting this off here, the vanilla caramel nut fudge. Where does it go with uniqueness? Well, this is one that my mom loves. So I can go to Knoll's, I can go to Hershey Park, I can go to pretty much any park and get vanilla fudge. But it's getting a 6.5 because they did add the caramel, which is why my hands are sticky now, and the nuts. So it's not, 5 is always average on that end there. This one's slightly above average because of the combination of vanilla, caramel, and nut, right? The texture, well, it has nuts. So it's not going to be completely smooth. So when you're eating it, you got to be prepared. There might be a crunch in there. It's not like the orange cream, which is probably the smoothest one we got. This one here, you got the nuts to deal with. So because of that, it's 8. Now, of course, the price, 9 out of 9. Actually, it should be 10 because I got it for free. Woohoo! Winning, right? And then flavor, and do you like it? So the flavor for me is very basic. I do like caramel. I love caramel, and I love caramel. Whichever way you say it, I do enjoy it. The vanilla is, the finest of the flavors, according to the Bare Naked Ladies, right? The nuts for me make it a little bit lower. So for me, it was a 6 out of 10, mainly because of that aspect. Now, would I buy it again? It is average. I have no desire to buy this again. It's not adventurous. It's not sexy. It's literally vanilla, caramel, nut, fudge. There you go. No real creativity. And you might be like, well, Paul, duh, it's fudge. Why are you going there? Wait till you hear the last 2 flavors. Then you're going to see where I'm like, oh, Dorney Park does get creative. All right. So this one right here, vanilla is 34.5 out of 50. So it wasn't high on my list. Not one that I really, really enjoyed. So with that being said, we got 2 more flavors, and not get ready to get your socks knocked off because this next one is Mojito Fudge. Now, for the kiddies out there who don't know what a mojito is a alcoholic beverage that adults get to enjoy in the summertime, which is very famous for lime. We're just going to leave the alcohol out of it. Lime and salt. So that's the flavor palette of this. So think a lime with a little salty taste and stuff like that. Not something you would expect for fudge. And here, I got to show you this. All right. Hopefully this shows up here. So this is all green on top. And then on the bottom, you got the fudge layer and stuff like that, which works out good. This, like I said, this is lime, but there's something with the lime. I don't know how they make it, but guys, if you have ever enjoyed a mojito like Sam acts on Burn Notice, he always had mojitos, right? This is exactly what it tastes like. For the uniqueness of the flavor, 10 out of 10. I'm walking through Dorney and I see mojito. I'm buying it. I got to see what this tastes like. I got to see how they pulled this off. Because I have a favorite flavor, which is watermelon, which I missed this year because they usually make it in July, and I wasn't able to make it to Dorney in July. So this mojito was a great surprise. So right there, 10 out of 10. Is it smooth and creamy? It had a little bit more texture to it than the orange cream. It wasn't bad. It was pretty smooth, but it's an 8 out of 10 on that. Price, 9 out of 10. Yay. But now let's get into it. Does it taste like a mojito? Guys, it tastes exactly like a mojito. It even has that little aftertaste that you get from the alcohol without alcohol. So I don't know how they cloned this taste, but they did it perfectly. It is 9.5 because not only did they clone the taste, but the taste is so good that they nailed it. This is perfection, guys. This was great. Would I buy it again? 9 out of 10, just because I know it's a limited edition. It's not going to be there forever. But my God, this mojito fudge, that's why Dorney's one of the top. Now, when you think that, okay, they had one unique flavor that you never see, but the rest of them are pretty, raspberry cheesecake. Yeah, maybe there. So, yeah, Life's a Beach, very cute. Wait till you see this last flavor, guys. Who has ever had huckleberry fudge? Yes, huckleberry fudge. It is right here, and it is purple, people. It is purple and shiny. This is the lighting's not making it as beautiful as it is. This is Huckleberry Fudge. All right. Yet again, 10 out of 10 on the uniqueness, guys. I don't even know what a huckleberry is. I had to look it up. And I'm assuming it tastes like a huckleberry, but all in all, very unique there, right? Is it smooth? It is surprisingly smooth. It is up there with the orange cream. It melts in your mouth. It's like eating a lobster with the butter, how you just put it on your tongue and it just dissolves. This is how this huckleberry is. It's there. Price, repeat after me, 9 out of 10. Buy 3, get 5. Use your discount. It's like $5 a brick. Big bricks, guys. So now let's talk about the flavor. I don't know what a huckleberry tastes like. So biting into this, I was like, well, do I like huckleberries? You know, this is like a boysenberry. What kind of berry is this? It's a huckle, right? This tastes like a wild berry Pop-Tart. So if you ever get a Pop-Tart that has wild berry and you break it up there and you eat that middle purple part of the Pop-Tart, you know you got to get the frosted ones. Who doesn't, right? That's what this tastes like. It is a Mod Podge of wild berry. Now, I'm assuming huckleberries taste like this. I am not a huckleberry expert. If you are, please let me know what the close palate is. Wild berry is not like huckleberry. Huckleberry is totally different. Well, you let me know that, okay? I don't know what the hell a huckleberry tastes like. I know that this tastes like the insides of a wild berry Pop-Tart or the insides of a tasty cake, because I'm from Philly, a tasty cake wild berry. I don't know if you guys remember when that came out. That was a seasonal one in the summer a couple years ago. They had wild berry. That's what this tastes like. It is fruit with fruit with fruit. All right. Would I buy it again? Hell yeah. This thing is amazing. The mojito and that are both amazing. So give me 1 second here. I got to upload one thing real quick here. Boom, boom. Image. So what do these final rankings look like, right? Hold on 1 second, guys. I apologize for this. We are doing what's it called? We are doing the what's this called? StreamYard, and they have limitations on what I can do, and they're doing that to me right now. There it is. Let's go here, and let's go here, and let's go here. There we go, guys. So these are the final rankings, all right? So we went through all 9, and sorry about the delay here. Like I said, we're still learning on how to do this one. But here's the final rankings. In 9th place, it was the mint chocolate chip, chocolate swirl, I'm sorry. Not a fan of it at all. It was literally 25 out of 50. It was dead middle. Number 8 was the vanilla caramel nut fudge. It's a standard one there. If you like vanilla caramel nuts, this is a fudge for you. For me, not really it. Number 7, believe it or not, number 7 was the orange cream. And a lot of that had to do with the fact that I got it at 7.5. If you add 1.5 to it, it would have definitely been up there with the rest. But because the price and we bought it individually, it did hurt it. So that's why it's number 7. Not because it's not good, just because of that. Number 6 was the caramel scotcheroonie Rama. And that one was, like I said, I like butterscotch, but I don't know if I can eat a whole thing of butter. That's a big brick. All right. So that's a lot of butterscotch for me there. The next one here, we have a tie between Life's a Beach and raspberry cheesecake. So I'm going with number 5 being Life's a Beach, just because I like raspberry better than coconut, but they both of them are really good. If you're looking for something different, tropical, definitely go with Life's a Beach. For me, the raspberry cheesecake was a little bit better taste-wise. And I guess when it comes down to it, the tiebreaker's got to be taste for me there. And now we're in the top 3. And number 3 was the peach cobbler. Yet again, I love the real chunks of peach. Fantastic. Number 2 was the mojito. Yet again, really like the mojito. It tastes exactly like a mojito. And last but not least, number 1 had to be the huckleberry. It's fun to say it, but it's also even better to eat it. So once again, guys, this is our fudge reviews of Dorney Park here. I want to get comments out the wazoo. Do you like the concept? Did you have Dorney Park fudge? Would you eat a mojito fudge? Would you even have the guts to try a huckleberry fudge, not knowing what a huckleberry is? Let us know in the comment section, guys. This is a brand new concept. I want to learn from you. There's going to be shorts coming out there that's going to go individually with each one of these, but I want to know what you think of this. Do we keep this concept or should we kill this concept? Once again, a shout out to Krystal Palace. If you want information on the Universal Studios, anything about, she's locally, she's from New York, even though she's in Universal all the time. Highly recommend her channel. She is kicking my butt on subscribers. I have 7,100 at the time of recording this. She's at 63,000. All right. So she is definitely a lot more popular than me. But if you want to know about donuts, check out her donut reviews, because that was the inspiration for Fudge. And once again, guys, I can't wait to see you in the queue in 2025 and, of course, 2026.